The time gates. They're flickering. Something's wrong. 4 months. We've pushed them, stretched them, experimented with the very fabric of time itself, bringing creatures from every when and where to this sanctuary. But the timeline, it's stretched too thin. It's starting to fray. We all feel it. From Dr. Eris with his chronometers going wild, to Lena, who can sense the tremors in the prehistoric sector. The air crackles with temporal energy, a storm we can't see, but can feel in our bones. The dinosaurs are restless, their ancient instincts screaming that the world is about to break. Even the serene cyber gardens of the future are pulsing with an anxious disco danto hum. We knew this was a risk. We always knew, but seeing it happen, it's terrifying. It feels like the end of everything we've built. The world outside our gates is stable, oblivious. But in here, in our pocket of temporal chaos, we're standing on the edge of a precipice. The question isn't if it will collapse, but when. We gathered at the central hub, the heart of the zoo, where all the time gates converge. The light was blinding, shifting from a steady glow to a violent, erratic strobe. Each flicker sent a jolt through the ground. We were losing control. Just as the feeling of despair began to settle in, a new light appeared. It wasn't the harsh, digital light of the gates, but something warm, organic. A creature materialized from the temporal chaos itself, not from a specific time, but from time itself. Its feathers were woven from dawn and dusk, embers and starlight. A Chrono Phoenix. It hadn't been captured. It had been born from the crisis. A symbol of rebirth, perhaps, or a final, beautiful omen before the end. It let out a cry, not of alarm, but a note that resonated with the very frequency of time. A sound that was both a beginning and an end. The Phoenix's arrival wasn't a solution. It was a catalyst. It made the choice clear. The gates were tearing reality apart. We had to act now. Dr. Eris laid out the options, his voice grim. We could try to force a full reset, a dangerous maneuver that could wipe out the entire zoo and everything in it from existence. Or we could sever the connection, stabilize the present by sacrificing the past and the future. It meant no more expeditions, no more rescues. The zoo would become an island in time, forever locked in this single moment. The debate was fierce, but short. Looking at the creatures we had sworn to protect, the answer was obvious. We had to save them, even if it meant trapping ourselves. But how? The energy required to stabilize the gates was immense, far beyond what our generators could handle. That's when it began. From the Jurassic biome, a deep, resonant roar echoed through the facility. The T-Rex, our very first resident, was lending its primal energy, its sheer force of will, to the hub. Then, from the Mythic Isles, the griffin let out a piercing shriek, adding its ancient magic to the symphony. The future fauna, the graceful AI herds, began to harmonize, their crystalline forms glowing as they channeled pure, processed energy into the network. Every creature, from the smallest trilobite to the most advanced sentient plant, was contributing. They were fighting for their home. It was a chorus of existence, a testament to life itself, all pouring into the unstable heart of the zoo. But it wasn't enough. The gates were still shuddering, still fighting back. We were missing a key component, the human element, the one who started it all. Me? My ability to navigate the very thing that made this zoo possible was also its greatest instability. I was the link. I looked at my team, at the creatures who depended on us. I saw the Phoenix, its gaze fixed on me, knowing there was only one sacrifice left to make. I walked to the central console, placing my hand on the cool, humming surface. I closed my eyes and reached inward to that spark of temporal awareness within me, and with a final, silent farewell to the endless corridors of history, I let it go. I severed my own connection to time, pouring every last drop of my ability into the system. The surge was instantaneous. A wave of pure, brilliant white light erupted from the central hub, washing over the entire zoo. It wasn't a violent explosion, but a gentle, cleansing wave. The alarms fell silent. The ground stopped shaking. The frantic, chaotic strobing of the time gates softened, slowed, and settled into a steady, peaceful glow before fading entirely, leaving behind solid, unbreachable walls. It was over. The gates were stable because they were sealed. Permanently. The creatures fell silent too. The roars and harmonies ceased, replaced by a profound and sudden quiet. The T-Rex lowered its head. The AI animals dimmed their lights to a soft, peaceful pulse. The Chrono Phoenix, its purpose fulfilled, let out one last melodic cry. It spread its wings of starlight and soared upwards, through the biodome's transparent ceiling and into the dawning sky. We watched it go, a shimmering speck of impossible beauty, until it dissolved into the light of the rising sun. The silence it left behind was deafening. The zoo was safe, but the adventure was over. In the days that followed, a new routine settled in, a quieter one. We no longer prepared for temporal jumps or calibrated chronometers. We simply cared for the animals. We walked the habitats, not as explorers of time, but as keepers of the present. I'd visit the Cretaceous sector, and instead of planning a trip to see the world the Triceratops came from, I'd just watch her, here and now, enjoying the sun on her frill. I'd pass by the mythic isles and see the chimera cubs playing their existence, a miracle locked safely in our care, no longer a paradox to be managed. The constant hum of temporal energy was gone. The air felt still, peaceful. There's a strange sort of grief in it, saying goodbye to the infinite possibilities. But there's a profound beauty, too. We don't have to worry about paradoxes or timelines anymore. We just have to be here. We saved them. We gave them a permanent home, a sanctuary, not just in space, but in time. Our journey through the ages has ended, but their lives, right here, right now, have truly begun. The zoo no longer travels through time, but time will always travel through us. Thank you for joining us on this incredible journey. The story of the time traveler's zoo may be over, but the stories within its walls will live on forever. Thanks for watching.